Hello, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. How are you? Welcome to our Momentum Monday inside of our Facebook group, Abundant Entrepreneurs. Wow, today, how ironically, today is a co-accident. I did not, first I want to say sorry. I did not plan for it and I did not predict it. Today's topic is about say goodbye to perfection. But guess what? And today I was super delayed for our live event, and today is being our 76th episode. So I've been doing this weekly for over 1 year. Weekly, continuously, never interrupted, and never like delayed like this, right? And today is really like I was like, why is this happening? But actually, I do not even need to ask for this why question. It's just like, okay, it's unpredicted, but it's totally fine. Okay, there's no perfection. So this is it's like a perfect example for me to say goodbye to perfection and do not stick to that. Oh, okay, I missed my original schedule and I feel so guilty. No, and I feel sorry, very sorry, but I think this is just like a unpredictably and unintentionally, but it's like it is, right? And it's a great example to see things happens, life happens, like different things could be, and actually so many things could be out of your expectation and did not go what you originally want to go, but eventually how could you still make it, right? And even though now I know we're delayed, and thank you for your patience, and for people who are watching this replay, maybe you did not realize that, it's totally fine. But for people who waited for us for this live event, every Monday we'll be here at 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? And today we were delayed. I'm super sorry, but it's really a good example just to show you that it's like say goodbye to perfection and it's totally okay, right? And whatever has happened, let it go, and we still focus on what we are here to do, okay? And I'm super happy that I'm now I'm here, I'm fully present, and I hope that you also fully present and enjoy this moment so we could have this great time again. And today our topic is say goodbye to perfection. And my first question I want to ask you is that, are you familiar with this, right? And in what kind of areas of life or in a business are you still like stick to your perfectionism? And sometimes you did not even consciously realize that, but we had that habit already, right? I would admit first, I am a perfectionist, even though I now have a better practice, better strategies, and mindset, but but in my bone, I would admit that I'm a perfectionist. And for example, if I want to do something, I really want to do it to my best, not to my best. I want it to be like when I present it to other people, I want it to be almost like a perfect, right? I do not want to have any mistake. And actually, this is one way is great, because this is what help this world have better qualities, right? It's like really what we pursue, higher standard. That's a great thing. And all the different areas, especially like a scientific sense, and for the SpaceX, right? I believe that everything must be fully accurate, it must be perfect, right? So for some areas, for like a calculation, math, all these kind of things needs to be accurate, right? But for other things, do we really need to go that extreme to be perfect? So here I want to honest first. Let's discuss. Okay, let's also share, comment under my video to let us know what areas like do you think you still tend to pursue perfection in those areas. Let's think about some examples, right? For example, like our self-image. This is a big thing, right? I especially for now it's like social media age, and so many people like beautiful people and want to present beautifully in the social media world like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, right? People want to put on, ladies, some of you like the makeup to make you prettier. I think that kind of a pursuit to look beautiful, it's totally great, right? It's totally great. Everyone, even know when I present in front of a camera, even though I do not do makeup anymore, but I still want to, double check if my image is neat, right? At least it's neat and it's not messy, right? So, but how could we really not go to too extreme, right? Perfection. Today we want to talk about is like how it's like a double-edged sword. One way it can help you, another way it could maybe like block you, right? So what else areas do you think when most people would pursue perfection in those areas? For example, like people take pictures, right? And I remember like the kids, they are taking pictures in the school. If the first version they are not satisfied, they could request for like a retake, and maybe still not satisfied, right? And especially I realized that kids, when they get to their teenager time, they are more sensitive to care about their images to other people, right? And through observation, observing my kids, I realized, wow, since that age, I was also like became more sensitive. It's very interesting to observe, right? To observe our kids' growth when you become a parent, and so that is like a recall of how you experience your life. But when we were young, we did not realize that, right? So we did not know, we did not have that kind of awareness and that kind of a knowledge or wisdom to see what we are going. And now when you become like adults, look back and especially observe younger people how they are growing. So it's very interesting to see the human psychology changes and their growth, right? So that's a wonderful experience. And also like especially for videos, how many of you are still like a camera shy? I still remember how many years ago I started my coaching business 13 years ago. At the beginning I was very shy because I never get on the live video. And I remember I initiated a project called a passion interview, and it's still going on. And I still time from time interview some like people who are successful entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who made great transformations. I interview them and to help them share to the world what's about their epiphany, about their transformation, about their passion stories, and what's their strategies to be happy and successful. So, and I definitely need to do more. Okay, let me know if you are such kind of a entrepreneurs and you want to be interviewed. Let me know. Okay, so in that kind of video, I remember initially I was quite nervous, right? But I was super excited and passionate about that project, and then eventually it overcame my my shyness or my nervousness about camera showing up. So, and what else? People are pursuing perfection, like some projects. Do you have some projects you are like keep doing, and do not want to share or launch it, and because you really want to, maybe here is not fully right, or maybe there I want to improve, and then it's delayed? I definitely have one I will share with you quite soon. I have some examples from my side on how I could delay that, and because my pursuit of perfection. And our creation, right? When we create something, I don't know if you're artists, if you maybe have an artist inside of you, you do some artwork, you want to, make it, do it again and again, and pay much attention to those details and want it to become a perfect artwork or creation, right? And for example, our success, our happiness, how many of you want to present that you are happy or you are successful in other people's eyes, especially maybe your relatives or your friends, right? You do not want to lose their expectation. You want to even pretend to be happy and successful, to be that kind of like a perfect image to people who love you, who has like a high expectation to you. Do you have that? Feel free to share. And today, let's be honest and really let's have this time, not just to share with each other, but majority today is really honest to face yourself, to share with yourself, so you could start to have difference and transformations from where you are now. Okay, so I remember like my daughter is now, she just turned to be 14. I remember it clearly. She was such like a outgoing, bold kid, a lovely daughter. And so I never felt like she before, right? She felt like, oh, I'm too shy, I'm too like, I want to be better be perfect, and then I could do something, right? She did not have that kind of hesitation till she turned into 13 years old. Especially during the pandemic, I obviously like observed that kind of a big difference since year of 13. I don't know how about you or your kids, you observed. Maybe similar age, maybe a little bit difference, right? But I believe this could be some common like a phenomenon, right? Since 13 years old, she became more sensitive about who she is, and that's a great sign. That's a beginning of we are started to realize the individualism of ourselves, of who, of like me, right? That I compared with this whole world, with others. She has a very clear like realization during that time since then, and she started to pay more attention to how other people think about her, especially her friends or in the school, right? And if we go outside, now she used to be like, oh, she's the first, she's the, even like a model for her brother, older brother. And now she started to observe, to say, oh, if people are looking at me, or maybe it's a reason of because of her skin condition, she got a like a quite a severe eczema, and since then she's even become more sensitive. And I'm not sure if that's like a skin condition is because of a psychologically more awareness as well. And during the pandemic, and she had more concern and worries and a psychological change and mental health challenges to deal with herself and also the world. And then she had like anxiety, did not have good time for sleeping. So all this time during this age, and I just realized that from her that how she's now caring of how much other people is looking at her, and how she's looking inside of other people's eyes, right? Not just like an image, but also, for example, her academic performance or other social work, and how she's looking in other people, and started to become a little bit like a people pleaser. And this is a time and keep encouraging her how to stick to be herself. And I'm so happy that I, as a mother, also as a coach, right, observed that change, and I could be the first person had this observation and also had this opportunity to remind her, to share with her my experience as well, and some wisdom I learned as well, and to encourage her to not get into too much of her like this shell she just realized, and to get out of that kind of shell, to still be herself, to express and to embrace, right? Even though she still has challenges, but I am so glad that I played a role that to be the encourager for her. So that's part of my observation. How about you? And when you are now observing yourself, are you so, even I know so many adults, so many entrepreneurs, even though they've been, some of them being in entrepreneurship for quite a few years, maybe for quite some time, they could still be shy in front of people, and especially camera, to fully present, to fully be themselves. How many of you? I would admit that myself. I would admit that, like, even though I'm quite a bold person, I'm quite like a rebelling person. I do not fully, like, how to say, follow sometimes the society's rules to live to other people's standards. I totally like feel like I have my own independence. But time from time, still sometimes occasionally I still feel like, oh, I try to adhere to what kind of is norms, what kind of is like standards of a society, and try to please other people. I would admit that I'm actually a big pleaser, not just because the big pleaser, not because I care that much about how people look at me, like my how would they evaluate or judge me, but it's more from because I love, I care. Because I care, I want to help, and that make me sometimes want to please other people. It's just like sometimes compromise myself, my standards, my values to please other people, right? Doesn't matter what kind of a reason. Some of you is just like for others reason, for like an image reason, for like a judgment reason, or for caring reason, right? We try to just like to please other people, and through that kind of journey we become like really like a people pleaser. How many of you would admit that you had this kind of experience and realization, actual awareness, right? So feel free to comment and let us know. And today it's totally like a um, confession, confession to yourself. It's just like because this kind of confession is the starting of fully accept and embrace yourself, right? So the second question I want to ask you is, what impact has perfectionism had on you and those related to you, right? So it's very important to not just observe those symptoms, but also what kind of impact it has on us. And is it positive or negative, or what is really the changes it's making, right? To be more clear, that is really the clarity is the beginning of any change. So, for example, I mentioned earlier about like perfectionism could be the double-edged sword, right? One side is great, it's like it's pursuing high standards and help our whole human beings to advance because we pursue those high standards, right? And so it's very good when you really want to get like a better and to become and like how to make things more perfect and do some things like in great either image or great value evaluation in other people's eyes. You are referencing some like a big reference. Sometimes even though you are maybe losing your own reference, but it's still maybe it's good to do the benefits to a majority, right, to the big people. But at the same time, another edge of this sword is if we go too much about perfection, it could hold us back because we will have more worries, concerns, and self-judgment and sabotage, right, before anybody else judge or sabotage us. And like we all understand that we are the best creator and also the best sabotage of ourselves, right? The enemy, the biggest enemy of ourselves, and we'll always hold this, especially our visionary entrepreneurs and life changers, because we have such a big dream and vision for our life and to help other people. Sometimes we could become so extremely strict to ourselves, right? I remember even though I made some like a great progress, I made some success, I would still feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. I've not did good enough. My dreams there, but I'm still here sometimes, right? And you could be very strict. You're the most like criticized for yourselves, and so that's why it could be hard for visionaries and especially for people who are leaders, people who are holding big vision and purpose and dream and mission, right? That kind of a responsibility can become a burden, make us become like more serious than other people, and when other people could relax and do things easily and do not think too serious about life, they could like kill their time, they could like waste their time, do whatever they want. But at the same time, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers, feel that kind of a historically heavy duties, responsibilities, and calls on us, right? We could not like how to say easily enjoy our life sometimes. If you are there, you I definitely say you are not alone. Okay, you definitely are not alone. Okay, I know quite some missionary people and people who are called to do something great do feel that quite often. Okay, uh, so what kind of impact of this perfectionism had on us, right? As and also today I focus on our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers, not just like how to say like normal people, right? We are specially called people, and so we could feel uneasy, very how to say that nervous. Could be like this kind of perfectionism could sometimes really um, uh, hold us back because we have more judgment before anybody judge us. So we could have that. One of the like how to say negative result could be procrastination, right? Because we want to do it so perfect, and then sometimes we stop to do it because we are afraid if we do that, if we really like make that things, and it could get maybe criticism or maybe not like as good as what we want, right? So and we try to hide. How many of you feel that kind of feeling? Sometimes you know that you are called to present, you're called to show up, but another side you want to hide yourself. You want to, like, how to say, rebel from your life's call. You want to pursue some like easy ways. Oh God, I know you want me to fulfill this. That's very great, but I just want to be like sometimes we want to take it that the easier way or lazier way, right? Like as a lot more people. So why I could not be like my neighbors, 24 hours of a TV opening, like open their TV, watch their TV, or like some of my friends or some of my relatives, they've already retired, right? At my similar age of mine, they've already retired and enjoy their life, whatever they love to do. And but why I'm still like working hard here for the dreams and for the vision you called me to fulfill, right? Sometimes we would like arguing or debating with God, with our Creator, or with our life's calling, and or some of you could go extremely want to show off whatever you created. You want to show off like that, and or then become the people pleaser, right? Go another extreme because of perfectionism, right? You want to please other people, and you want to like how to say, it's just like a, even though you do not want to present, you want to be there and please to other people, right? So sometimes the perfectionism could get us to go really extreme place, either hiding or go too much of showing off, right? So some of my personal experience, including, for example, when I had my marriage crisis, I tried to, of course, I want my family to be whole, to be happy, right? And but also I would had so much concern about other people. How would they judge me? How my kids will suffer? All this kind of thing, right? I pursue that kind of perfection. Oh, if it's not this way, if it's not this perfect way, my life sucks, and I will be miserable. My kids will be miserable. Okay, I had that kind of a big struggling and pains, and for quite a few years till eventually God really saved my life from like a resurrection, from almost like suicide, from giving up, and I get into the abundant status and find the peace of who I am, find the peace of what I am experiencing, and even find the blessing from what I've been experiencing, and including those adversities, right? So, and another example, just recently I've been doing this been doing the coaching for 13 years, and recently I'm every year I launch some new programs and new creations, right? And this year my big focus is about a challenge. By the way, at the end of this session I will share with you this challenge. Okay, but initially I thought I would take maybe only two months. I invested a high price, over 5 figure, invested in a famous and a great mentor to learn from him, learn from his success, his strategies, and also learn how to design all these kind of like great challenges, right? I did the challenge before, but I wanted to make it to a next level, so that's why I learned from him. And so initially I thought I only needed maybe 2 or 3 months to make this happen, but then I wanted it to be previous experience, and also like previous concerns, and then compare myself with those successful ones, with my mentors, with his successful students, right? I had that pressure, and then I just like unconsciously hold on, even though I was still like working on this project, but I realized that I was delaying it. Consciously or unconsciously, I was delaying it. Of course, I have a physically really realistic excuses. I was super busy with kids, with like my kids are experiencing changes, and my daughter is going to high school, applying for her high school, all these like big preparations, all this kind of thing, right? I do have like a legit excuses or reasons. But at the same time, in my heart, I realized that I did not have my previous like a lot of kind of excitement or like super creativity or inspiration, because I was concerned. I want to be as good as my mentor and those very successful ones, and then that hold me back. That kind of a perfectionism hold me back, and I want to get it ready and better and fully ready like that, right? So delay until, and then I really used almost like over 5 months. Now it's almost like 6 months. But guess what? And why today is this topic? This is a really a growing and a self let's say self-reflection, self-realization, it's like a growth development journey. While I was going through it, I observed myself and understand what's going on inside myself and fully acknowledge it and also accept it and embrace myself. And eventually I overcame this kind of a perfectionism again and again, right? Even though I'm still, time from time falling into that trap and, that kind of beautiful trap, right? And sounds like a great attraction kind of a trap. But finally, the green news is like, remember 1 week or 2 weeks ago, I set up the deadline, the final deadline, right? No more delay. I promise to you guys and let you guys to hold me accountable. And also I hold myself accountable. So finally, that kind of a really like an ultimate promise to myself and to you guys. It's like I must release and launch this project by the end of May. Guess what? Today is our celebration time. At the end of this video, I will announce that and finally release it. And some of you I know have been waiting for months, right? I did a survey. I'm so sorry for that. I did a survey. Survey is great. I promise you guys I share this with you. During that time I did not promise when, right? But since the 2 weeks ago, the live video, I promised you when I want to release. Okay, finally I am releasing May 30th. Mark this date, May 30th to June 3rd, that whole week, 5 days, we are sharing with you this, okay, drum roll, the historical moment that I overcame my perfectionism. Of course, I think I could still take quite some days to perfectize it, but I do not want to wait anymore, okay? I'm here to share with you this new baby, this new creation, but this is the best practice for you. It's called Make More Content. Make More Content 5-day challenge. Ta-da! Is why I'm creating this. This one is really this kind of practice, this kind of challenge can really, it brought me out of my comfort zone, brought me out of my perfectionism, okay? This can help you as well. If you are still hesitating, if you are still hiding, trying to hide, okay, behind your camera, and this challenge will present you, okay? This is like, I feel like this moment is like I'm a creator. I'm the abundant creators creator. So the thought leaders creator, okay? I am here to present you, the genius, the unique you, the called one, the beautiful visionary entrepreneurs and life changer, who with these blessed gifts to bless this world with what you are equipped with through all your life, that you are still maybe doubting or hesitating, and present you in front of the camera, in front of the world, that you are the one to transform many lives. Okay, so this challenge. So yeah, you will get this and you will have a look of it today, and you can register to it today. Okay, so that's my last question: how to say goodbye to perfection and make things happen with speed, ease, and joy. This perfect thing is like, if you are like I mentioned earlier, right? When I did my passion interview, my passion overcame that kind of a nervousness and shyness, right? And how could you overcome yours as well? It's first is really find that source, that powerful source that will not hold you back anymore. Your purpose, your call, your mission, your vision board. I even encourage you that I have my vision board here downstairs, and almost where I can see it every day. And the belief in yourself. This biggest, like knowing who you are, what you are called here to do, that kind of belief, right? Like fully understand who you are, why you are here. That kind of belief, you need to align with it again and again, and even every day. We need that alignment, because even though majority of the time you say, oh, I know who I am, I know why I'm here, I am passionate about my business, but why you're still hiding behind, why you're still hesitating to go ahead, to show up, to present, to give your ideas, to like share your inspirations, to present your offers, to like to really attract who you are called to serve. Why you're still hesitating there? Why you're still hiding? Right? That means you need stronger alignment every day. Like Tony Robbins been doing his priming every morning. First thing, me, spring. Every morning, my first thing is my abundance meditation and activation to activate my abundance energy, fully align with my purpose and passion to empower other people. Right? You need that alignment every day. So that's the first step to how you can say goodbye to perfection. And the second one, review your previous achievements and your progress. And interesting is like also watch those like read those testimonials, or if you have the video of a testimonial, so watch that again. And during this time of prepare for this launch, I reviewed those. I feel like so encouraged. It's great, right? That's not like just showing off, not just like how to say being feel like how to say flattered, but it's truly what you made transformation in other people's lives. When I recall those moments, those like changes people made in their lives within short time, just a few months, some of them even just like 1 or 2 coaching sessions, made that tremendous personal life change and create new opportunities. And now they become the thought leaders in their own field to impact thousands of other people. Wow, I felt so proud of them, and I also felt so proud of myself as well, right? So this is the second step is definitely a great encouragement for you to review what you've already achieved. Sometimes you feel like frustrated, oh, well, I'm still far away from my vision, my dream, right? But look at where you started, how much you've already made. That will make you feel like amazing, right? And when I recall my 13 years ago, how shy or how like naive, how just like people, other coaches, other experienced coaches did not even want to practice coaching with me, because I remember I was taking, how to say, getting my coaching certificate from NYU, from New York University. Some like dude, not dude, some girls who were more advanced even refused to practice with me. She thought I'm just a beginner, and she did not want to waste her time with me. Gosh, I felt so humiliated and so like that time frustrated, right? And during that time, I just started to even use my English as my main language. English is my second language, right? I came from China. I spoke my Mandarin, and I started to use English as my major language in my occupation. So, and especially as a coach, try to speak, to talk with my clients, that's the biggest challenge. And now I do not concern about my language at all. Even my kids are still sometimes teasing or laughing at my grammar's mistakes. Even their dad laughed at me, but I'm feeling so confident because I'm here to serve, not just I told them majority of my clients, they are white people. They are like English spoken people. Even though my English compared with them, my English still sucks, right? But they get the transformations, okay? Like the proofs, the transformations speak louder than my English skills, okay? So, and that's the second part, is really review that what you've already made all this progress. And by the way, that girl, I remember initially I connected with her, but all these recent years, I never saw her like presence in the market. I did not see where is her impact at all. I did not curse her at all, right? Okay, but I was just wondering where is she? Like she's much more advanced than me, but now I could not even barely find her in the market. But anyway, that's her. I believe she's going her challenge and issue, and she could serve who are she called to serve. But I'm here, like I'm using this story to tell you that if you, no matter what kind of obstacles you may have, if you keep aligning with yourself, with your true call, and always have those kind of like little by little kind of proofs to show yourself that you are meant to do this. Even though you still have so many failures, right? Failures and things did not happen like you wish or as you plan, but all those accumulated little by little, step by step progress prove that you are meant for this. Okay, never give up, never give up. Okay, and have that belief in yourself. Okay, now the step 3 is have the clear goal. Once you clarify what you're called to do, right, and review your previous progress to encourage yourself, and now to have really that kind of a clear goals to stick with, and where we have the deadline as well. Just like my project, right? I accomplished it. I'm so proud of myself now. I I feel like wow, I'm finally making it happen. Like this baby is born now. I'm finally giving this birth to this baby and let it go. No matter I'm not holding to the perfectionism. No matter if the baby is is perfect or not. I'm so happy to see that this blessing come into life, right? And could help so many people, transform so many people's lives. So deadlines, definitely deadlines, and share that with this world, and let the whole world hold you accountable. Okay, so I so thank you for being there to be part of this, even though you did not say anything to me, but you're part of the communities I built up that to hold myself accountable. Okay, to be like on the way of fulfilling your vision. You need refresh, keep refreshing your goals. Like accomplish one, and then what's the next? Right? Always have a clear goals in front of you so that you will lose your way. You will not lose your way. Okay. Now the fourth one, the fourth step for to say goodbye to perfection is create a new momentum and take new action every day. The best way is what? Guess what is the best way? This is my secret, and I'm sharing this with you, and this is so easily you can hold yourself accountable as well. See, today we are already in the 76th episode of Momentum Monday. I create this kind of thing and hold myself accountable weekly to present here. Even though sometimes I was not fully ready, but this structure I already built up, right? And the accountability I already built up, and I'm in it, right? So this kind of I created momentum to hold myself accountable to create new momentum. You get that? And so the best way is what? Is really keep creating content that can help other people and show up to make things happen, to help other people, to fulfill your dream and your vision, your purpose here. Okay, so that's why today the last invitation is for the call to action, right? Never forget about the call to action. After this, what should we do? That's where I would share with you after the video. Check in the comments the link to my new announcement, the new release, 5-day make more content challenge. So I will see you inside. Okay, definitely make sure that you present inside of it. You have some challenges. If you still have some challenges like every day, how you can present there, right? To make things happen, to make difference, how you could not find any excuse. So use this. Really, if you are wise enough, use this. I've already built up this kind of structure, this kind of a system to hold you accountable, and not just hold you accountable, to really release and unleash what you are created for, who and you truly are. And use this platform wisely, okay? Use it. Use my guidance, use my coaching practice, use my wisdom, use my energy, my abundance energy, use my great strategies, right? Already proven strategies that helped many other clients to make their transformations and impact. Use this to help yourself, okay? Give yourself this promise today that you fully committed to yourself to present there. And you need this guidance, you need this support to lift you up. And if you still have any struggling and perfectionism and to struggling with yourself, and don't be afraid anymore. Have the perfectionism is natural, it's totally natural, okay? But how could you overcome that and really have this kind of two-edged sword to do your best benefits, and also at the same time to help majority other people who you are meant to call to help? It's really take action today. Join our make more content 5-day challenge. To take this challenge, fully commit to yourself, fully commit to the people you are called to help, and to make things happen, okay, within 5 days. Okay, I will not talk too much more. It's already 39 minutes. I want to keep it within 40 minutes, so that make sure to check this make more content challenge. Only 5 days, but these 5 days I promise that will transform your life, will change your from not just mindset, your soul, from your spirituality, from your spirit, right, from your soul, what you are truly called here, to your strategies, to your practice, okay? from end to end. This will wholly lift you up, hold you accountable, and also lift you up to your next level to make things happen. And you can immediately, I want to make this sound, okay, immediately see the result, see the impact you are generating in other people's life. And by the way, creating content, making more content, making better content, making greater content is truly one part of my passion, because this is the best, most enjoyable, most fun, and most creative vehicle for us to make that impact really like immediately. Within seconds, I could like observe that whenever I release something, I generate immediate impacts. So don't wait, okay? This time they're not to wait anymore. They're not to pursue, like still stick to your perfectionism. I want to wait for what? Wait for all the life fleeting like away from your hands. And today is already almost the middle of 2022, okay? It's your time to take action and use this platform, use this structure, use this system, use our best practice to make you jump into totally another level. Okay, I will look forward to seeing you inside of our Make More Content Challenge. Okay, everyone, have a great moment today and join us to create a greater movement and impact. See you soon. Bye-bye.